Derek was unstoppable for the first 10 weeks. He hit the gym 5 days per week with religious dedication. His bench press jumped from 180 to 210 pounds. His squat went from 220 to 260. He felt invincible, like progress would continue forever. Then week 10 hit like a wall. His strength plateaued completely. The weights that felt manageable last week suddenly felt impossible. His sleep turned restless, tossing and turning despite exhaustion. His joints ached constantly, a dull throb that never quite went away. His motivation, once bulletproof, began cracking under the weight of diminishing returns. Derek's response? Push harder. More sets, more reps, more intensity. Surely the problem was insufficient effort. But week 11 brought worse performance than week 10. Week 12 was worse still. Finally, a minor back tweak forced him to take a week off training entirely. He felt defeated. I'm Samir and I've got your raw daily fuel for today. When Derek returned to the gym after his forced week off, something magical happened. The weights that had felt impossible suddenly felt light. His bench press jumped to 220 pounds. His squat hit 275. His energy was through the roof. His motivation restored. His joints pain-free. 1 week of rest had accomplished what 3 weeks of grinding couldn't. Derek had accidentally discovered the principle of supercompensation, and it changed everything about how he approached training. Here's what Derek didn't understand. Your body doesn't adapt during training. It adapts during recovery. Every hard training session breaks you down, creating fatigue and microscopic damage that requires repair time. When you allow adequate recovery, your body doesn't just return to baseline. It rebounds stronger than before to handle future stress. This is supercompensation. But without strategic recovery, fatigue accumulates faster than adaptation happens. Your nervous system becomes overloaded. Your hormones fall out of balance. Your motivation crashes because your brain is protecting you from further damage. You enter a state of functional overreaching that leads to plateau and regression. In India, we understand the principle of balance in all things. Too much sun without rain kills the crops. Too much work without rest destroys the body. Training follows the same natural law. Effort must be balanced with recovery, stress with restoration, pushing with pulling back. The deload week is your strategic retreat that sets up your next advance every 4th week or every 4 to 6 weeks depending on your training experience. You deliberately reduce your training volume by 40 to 50%. Fewer sets, fewer reps, less overall work. But you maintain intensity at 70 to 80% of your working weights to retain your strength adaptations. This protocol allows multiple recovery processes to complete. Muscle tissue repairs and strengthens. Hormonal balance restores. Your nervous system recharges. Mental freshness returns. You consolidate the gains from your previous training block while preparing your body for the next progressive overload cycle. Studies consistently show that planned deloads lead to greater long-term progress than continuous hard training. Athletes who periodize their training with regular deloads make more strength gains, suffer fewer injuries, and avoid overtraining syndrome compared to those who push relentlessly without strategic rest. Derek learned to read the warning signs. When strength stalls for 2 consecutive weeks, when sleep quality declines, when motivation drops despite discipline, it's time for an immediate deload. He also implemented automatic deloads, making the 4th week of every month a lighter week regardless of how he felt. This prevented the accumulation of fatigue that had derailed his previous progress. During deload weeks, Derek focused on movement quality over quantity. He refined his technique with lighter loads. He incorporated mobility work and corrective exercises. He used the time for mental recovery as much as physical recovery. These weeks weren't wasted time. They were investment periods that paid dividends in the following training block. Your challenge this week is to examine your current training approach. If you've been grinding hard for 4 to 6 weeks straight, schedule your next deload week immediately. Reduce your sets and reps by 40 to 50% while keeping your weights at 70 to 80% of your normal working loads. Use this time for technique refinement and movement quality. Track how you feel during the deload week and how you perform in the week following. You'll discover what Derek learned. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is strategically do less. I'm Samir and that's your raw daily fuel. Remember, strength is built in the gym, but it's realized in recovery. Taking 1 step back allows you to take 3 steps forward. If this resonated with you, subscribe to Raw Daily Fuel. Diverse voices, global perspectives, one mission, giving you the recovery wisdom that creates sustainable strength.